Well, happy Friday, everyone, and cheers. Here's a cup of tea, my favorite mug. And actually, today I'm in the kitchen because somebody who came to fix the printer just at this particular moment. So here I am, rushed down the stairs to the kitchen. But actually, it's nice to be in a different space. Sorry if it's a bit echoey, but I am here today to talk about what is different about the Serenely sorted system. Why is it unique? And why am I here saying I'm the realistic home organization expert and doing this show, in fact, all about this? And I will start with this important point. I love to have my home looking great and looking organized, clear surfaces, because the reason is because that's what makes me feel serene. It relaxes me, it allows me to unwind in the evening and really get rid of my mess stress. And I love my home to look great, but also have a foundation of organization. I know now that even if a little mess builds up during the week, I can quickly sort that out because ultimately my home is completely organized. But so I want to have a great looking home, just like everyone on the social media posts who post the beautiful looking things in their homes. But I don't want to spend hours doing it. A lot of what you see on social media, they want a beautiful looking home and they're willing to put in the hours it takes to create the looks that they have created, which may be, a lot of that inside of the cupboard stuff that you see, like, in the pantries where everything is beautifully labeled and matching and all the packets of crisps are lined up and looking perfect, and wow, if you go to that level of depth, you've got to have the time to invest in that. What I have created is a way of keeping tidy that looks great and your home looks really good, but it's set up in a realistic way that can be achieved and kept going for the long term without massive time investment. And you don't have to compromise. I mean, if you are a person that wants all your crisps lined up in little, rows looking exactly perfect, then my system is not for you. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But if you don't mind having a nice bucket, basket with all your crisps thrown in, close the door on the cupboard to that, but you know where your crisps are, they're organized into the crisps, then absolutely this is the right system for you because it's absolutely organized. Absolutely a great system that can have your home looking tidier than it's ever been before, but you don't have to spend hours doing it. Now, I was talking to somebody yesterday and I actually said to them, and this is the absolute total truth, I spend less time tidying than I ever have before, yet my home is actually tidier and more organized than it ever was previously. And so this is where I come to the bit about why it's unique, okay? I actually was searching for a business card. This is one of them, TNS, which is now part of Kantar, Director Delivery. I actually wanted to find my business card that said Director Systems and Process, because back in my corporate job, I was in the market research industry for 23 years, and I always worked in roles around systems and process improvement, how to do things smarter, do things in less time to higher quality, how to communicate better to get a great result, and to not have to do rework and redo things because there was mistakes the first time. So all of that corporate work gave me a certain mindset. And when I came to return to the UK after 12 years living overseas and we started living in our forever home, just like everyone else, little piles, slight hoardings or clutter starts to build up in my home after, because I'd moved house 8 times in 5 years, so I'd never had that build up before, but it started to build up and it was a bit of a shock to me, to be honest. And whilst I was always very organized in my work life, I didn't necessarily translate that into my home life. But it got to a point, summer of 2019, where I just needed to make a change because I was developing this very messy home with piles everywhere. And as I said at the beginning, I love to have a great looking home, but I couldn't keep it up without spending lots of time. I was getting stressed because I had piles of paperwork building up and, you know, all these horrendous toy kind of crazy messes going on with my small kids. And I just needed to do something different because I resented it. I absolutely resented the time I was spending tidying. And that was not, you know, coupling well with my desire for a nice looking home. And I was spending all my time at weekends tidying, missing out with time with my kids and family. And I just thought there must be a better way. And I had a couple of light bulb moments that made me realize that if I just applied my work brain to this problem, then I could probably achieve some different results. And that's exactly what happened. So basically, this is the formula for why Serenely Sorted is different. So my professional skills of systems and process improvement added to my love of home organization, because I absolutely do love a basket, love sorting things out, love having it all organized. And that equals the unique Serenely Sorted system. And that is totally different to what you see on the TV now. You see people who love home organization. You know, they absolutely are absolutely this one, but they're not thinking, how can my client do this themselves and keep it up for the long term? Actually, what they're thinking is, we'll come back 3 months later to get them back on track. I want you to keep tidy for the long term, just like I have. Actually, I want to do myself out of a job when I'm working with you, because I want you to be able to sustain it for the long term yourself, but still have a great looking home. And I teach you the skills to be able to do that. I teach you how to organize your home so that it is ultimately organized into a very, very logical way that you can maintain. And it's easy for partners, kids, except cats, not cats, everyone in the home to manage and do well. And that's the difference. My professional skills plus the love of home organization, and actually I should have really put on here my desire to not spend hours doing it, creates this system. And it's this system that allows you to have a great looking home, but spend less time than you ever did before without compromise. And that, I think, is very powerful. So it is, you know, if you've seen the Home Edit on TV, or if you've seen Stacey Solomon, or you've seen Marie Kondo, you know, they are very magnetic, very, very appealing. The outcomes, they look fantastic. But you finish that show and you think, well, how do I achieve that? Am I going to, you know, fold something so it stands up in a very specific way all of my life? Or is life too short to do some of those things? Or with the Home Edit, you know, beautiful to have all your books sorted into colours, and great, go for that if for you aesthetic is number one. But if it's efficiency plus a great looking home, or you want to spend less time in a great looking home, then that's where the Serenely Sorted system can really come into its own, because this is the sweet spot for me. This is what's unique about Serenely Sorted, is that you will save time, not make time for yourself. And, you know, I'd love to meet you who's watching this right now. and talk more about what's happening in your life. How would realistic home organization impact your life? Now, I've got absolutely tons of free tips on my website. If you go to serenelysorted.com and go to articles and features in the inspired section, you will find all of my articles, loads of tips how you can start with a Serenely Sorted system. There's plenty there. And also you can see my Serene Sorted stories, where lots of people who've actually installed the system into their homes are talking about what it's meant to them. So there's lots there. And I'd love to talk to you and see how I can help you get some serenity into your life. Save you time. Literally every week, I probably spend 3 hours less than I used to spend on tidying and organizing in my home. Yet, as I said, my home is tidier than it's ever been. So book in a coffee slot with me. I'm going to put a link here into the post so you can book in a cuppa with me, because, actually, I want to share about the system, but actually I also have a real desire right now to meet individual people online. It's very, very easy to get into this world where you see names of people and you interact with people via text or posts or comments, but I actually really want to meet real people, and I'd love to meet you. So click on the link to book in a cuppa with me so we can actually meet. I'd love to know what you think of today's show. Does it resonate with you? Is that what you're looking for? How can I help? So let's meet. And if you're watching on replay, as usual, please put hashtag replay so I know that you're here. And let's get to know each other, and let me know what you think. So enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful long weekend ahead, and I'll see you soon. See you next week. Bye.